Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. A little bit late today, all singing dancing day, also very hot. Had to wait for it to just cool down a bit. And I've got the cute ghost tarot on the tarot table for this reading, same as I had the previous reading. We're looking at what Harry described as genetic pain. He was mixing his words up. In fact, he invented a term with that, genetic pain, but it's quite a useful term today for me as a tarot reader because it describes what I'm looking at today. I looked at the James Hewitt story that Neil Sean has been telling us about, a potential book deal, about the things that James Hewitt knows. And now I'm going to look at Harry and how these kinds of gossips and slanders and rumors and speculations have affected him, how he feels about that, how he feels about exactly the same kind of thing happening to his own children. And then I'm going to look at the children themselves as they mature, as they grow up, as they get access to the internet. And as everyone says, the internet is forever. As the children stumble on these rumors, how's it going to affect them? What are they going to feel about Harry and about Meghan allowing this to happen? Because in my opinion, both parents have been complicit in this situation. So we're going to look at Archie and Lilibet and ask how they're going to feel about their father and about their mother, the alleged father and mother, when they get old enough to figure all of this out. How's that going to go? And then we're going to ask if truth is ever going to come out about them. There's the tower again, showed up in the previous reading, very interestingly. And so we're going to ask if the truth's ever going to come out and how the alleged truth and how it's going to affect these two children. And of course it's tarot and it's for fun and entertainment and it's all my opinion and it's all speculation and I just read energy here. And of course there is a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it and please do your own research and form your own opinions about this story and all the stories I read on this channel. It's a sad story really. So we're going to try and keep the snark down to a minimum today. It's a very sad story for all involved. We've got the world as the underlying energy. That's completion energy, end of a story, end of a chapter, end of a cycle. It's also public. It's being known. It's being revealed. This is the way it is, and we can all see it. And then that story is closed, and we can move on to something else. And so it's a story that needs to be wrapped up, that needs to be resolved for everybody that's involved in the story. And Harry and Meghan, again, in my opinion, have not helped the situation by allowing all these strange rumors to hang over their children's heads. So that's the underlying energy. This is the actual energy, the story of the reading, the heart of the reading, what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the star, and it's in reverse. And the star is about hope and faith and healing and purpose and all of those things, and it's in reverse. So it's a situation that's incredibly difficult. It's very negative. Genetic pain. What did I say? Genetic pain. It's interesting that those two pictures are being dipped into water. That's quite a descriptive image for reproduction, for maybe IVF and things like that. Two children. Star is, of course, as I say, optimism, faith, hope. It's in reverse. Despair, loss of faith, loss of hope. Also stardom, that was beckoning, that has lost its allure, is no more. And maybe the children, maybe the parents thought they were going to be stars, were potentially being groomed, as stars groomed is an unfortunate word, and no more. That whatever could fall, whatever is hanging over them, if it were to fall, would end that potential for stardom. And okay, so Harry, how does he feel about his own, what he describes as genetic pain? I've got the Four of Sticks. It's the royal family. It's very positive. So whatever he was concerned about himself, and he's spoken previously about how he was worried that he would get turfed out of the royal family because of the stigma, the stain over him. It's not showing anymore. Somehow he feels very confident and very secure now. And maybe because he feels he has his own family and it doesn't matter what goes on with the royal family. He's got his own little nuclear family now that is stabilizing him, and his world has really shrunk down to that, and it has shrunk down to just the four of them. There's no more involvement with the actual royal family, no involvement with Meghan's family. Seems to have been disconnected from most, if not all, of his friends, the British public. Many people who would have been influential in his life in the past have all gone. Maybe not the Spencer family, but that's a very confident and very secure energy. So I have to give him credit if he thinks that he's okay now. Doesn't matter, the past doesn't matter. Maybe things have been clarified behind closed doors that makes him feel that he's comfortable and he can relax about things. I'm getting a very relaxed energy in there, very unusual for Harry. I've been reading on him for several years now. He doesn't come across in that relaxed, chilled kind of, I'm fine, I've got my little world here energy. He doesn't come across like that normally at all. How does he feel about his own children being subjected to the same level of stigma that he himself was subjected to when he was young? How does he feel about that? Yeah, he knows that this is bad. It's the Nine of Sticks and it's in reverse. The Nine of Sticks is about boundaries and basically being protected because you've got those boundaries around you. People can't penetrate them. They can't get at you because you're protected. They keep their distance. They're forced to keep their distance. But it's in reverse. And so the boundaries have fallen. They're vulnerable to attack. They have been the subject of so much speculation as they are right now here on my tarot table, because they've been allowed to be, I hasten to add. It's open season on those children basically until Harry and Meghan come clean and really do the things that they need to do to silence all of this speculation, all of this gossip, all of this rumor. But they are vulnerable, they are being damaged. The Nine of Sticks is damaged energy, battered and bruised energy, really very seriously damaged when the card is in the reverse. Very seriously damaged. And he knows it. So that energy here might be that the royal family, the Four of Sticks, they protected him. They kind of pulled together. They closed ranks. That Four of Sticks is telling me they closed ranks and they protected Harry. And he's confident that they will keep doing that. Or maybe his father will keep doing that. Not so convinced his brother will. That's my opinion, of course. Let's look at Archie. Archie, when he's old enough, and we know he's a child prodigy because of the vocabulary that he has. But when he's old enough to access all of this gossip and speculation online, or to be told it by someone at school, or I don't know, these things come out. How's he going to feel? First of all, towards Harry, his father. What's he going to think about Harry? Strength. Harry's the one that he's going to feel is protecting him and looking after him, that he can count on. Harry's been there, Harry's been through it. Harry will say to Archie, don't you worry, it's all fine, we close ranks around you, we love you, it doesn't matter what something in a little petri dish has to say, it's fine. So Harry will be his strength and stay, and good for him in that case. How about Meghan? What's Archie going to think about Meghan? Maybe it's all been explained to them. Nine of Cups in reverse. Very disappointing energy, the Nine of Cups in reverse. It's kind of, I thought you were my dream come true, my wish fulfilled, my, again, quite a sense of completion emotionally, and it's in reverse now. Now I'm disappointed, now I'm let down. Remember, we've got the Star in reverse. 9 Cups is a pregnancy card. It's 9 months, it's in reverse. He could find out all kinds of things about Meghan that are quite devastating along those lines. I don't need to lay them out here. Very positive for Harry, very negative for Meghan, very hurtful, very upset. I'm almost getting betrayed energy coming through. I'm just reading energy, of course, all allegedly, all speculating. Hope it doesn't go this way for him. How about Lilibet and her feelings towards Harry, her father? We're told to believe is the father, and we get the Seven of Blades in reverse, so quite a different energy. The Seven of Blades, Seven of Swords, is the card of skullduggery, sneaking away, things being hidden, covered up, buried, removed, lies, theft. All of those things are in the energy, because that's generally what that card represents. In reverse, exposure, being caught out, being found out, having to come clean and tell. She's not going to like it. If she's a principled girl and she finds things out without being told directly by her own parents, hey, by the way, if she finds things out in a roundabout way, in a shocking way, she's going to be very upset. This is my opinion. And this is allegedly, and I hope again that this is absolutely wrong. So how's she going to feel about Meghan, her alleged mother? Well, if and when she finds out, and we've got the Two of Sticks in reverse again, kind of a disappointed energy. It's plans that are unraveling. She's going to think this was a plan. This was a strategy. This wasn't natural and loving. This was calculated. I think calculated is the better word. And it's in reverse. So, well, your plans, your best laid plans all unraveled, didn't they? And because also it's about partnerships and strategies and global conquest. The Two of Sticks, you can see the globe there in the card. And it's in reverse. Well, there was some strategy that was going on, and it's been undermined and it's failed. That's in the energy as well. So she's very, very, not even upset, disenchanted, disappointed. This is who you are. You've both been exposed. You've both been rumbled. And it was calculated, and it was not necessarily for the best reasons. He's the one who gets the emotional blow in the energy. There's no cups in here for her. So are we ever going to get the truth about this? As it's been called genetic pain. I've got the Queen of Sticks. That's Meghan. Meghan's energy very much. I'm inclined to think for us, no. With that, I think she's going to manage to get people to hold the line with this for at least some time. I suspect with that card, particularly because we've got the World and the successful completion, we will only get the truth if she decides it's in her interests to reveal it. She's very powerful there. She's the one in control. She's the one who would reveal this if she thought it was worthwhile. There's a bit of a book energy in there. There's a bit of an idea of if I can spin it to my advantage and somehow blame the royals and say they forced me to do this because they forced her to do all kinds of things against her will and took her passport and her keys and locked her up in Frogmore Cottage. I'm being extremely snarky now, of course, and we know that none of that happened. Well, not in the way she described it anyway. If she can spin it, then we'll get the story, only if it makes her look good. And then we'll get the conclusion, the completion of the story. Well, so, okay, that's the version that she wants to tell us. It's not necessarily, in my opinion, the true version. It's her truth. And we know she's a fan of her own truth. So that's what's coming through there. Final card, impact on these two children. If the truth does come out publicly, that's for them and their own knowing and their own discovery over here. Publicly, the world, if it comes out publicly that there is something dodge in there, how will it affect them? Knight of Cups, Not too bad. And the reason it's not too bad is that there might be a savior in the situation, not their father. The savior might come from the royal family to save them and to say it doesn't matter. And not that it doesn't matter, of course legally it would matter if hypothetically this scenario played out the way many people suspect it should. But then there would still be somebody in the mix, and it can only, in my opinion, be Prince William, current Prince William, who would think, who's, I think, empathetic enough and generous enough and compassionate enough to say, we'll sort this out. You are still, as the late Queen said, much loved members of the royal family. And that I find quite heartwarming, because these kids didn't ask for this. They're innocent in this situation. And if they are hurt by things that are revealed, even the rumors and the gossip that are revealed, then somebody needs to fix it, or try at least. And that's energy of trying and saying, open arms, open heart, open doors, maybe. Interesting energy in this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow.